all went to the same high school in Glasgow, Scotland. And at that time, there was very high unemployment in Britain. So basically, we all sort of turned to music as a way of escaping from the problems of unemployment, and just basically jammed for about 2 years writing songs together. And firstly it was only like the 4 people that believed in the band, and then we met our now manager and got a lot of publicity and a lot of hype, and finally got a lot of major record companies interested and signed to Phonogram, and here we are today, you know. The name we wanted something that didn't really mean anything, you know. It came from our actual Scrittipality song, Get Having and Holding. At the time there was bands like Duran Duran, Talk Talk and blah blah. And there was a line in the song that went, his face was wet wet with tears, and we thought, let's add another wet, you know, so wet wet wet, you know. Also our climate is, you know, Scotland is very rainy anyway, so I think that suits. On the way out west, down there, baby, but you can make your bottom dollar. That my heart's for clean. Hit me with you over, 'cause I'm gonna lie. Hey, tell the truth, only I said east of the river. 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 Where the grass is always greener, like a bucket is. Then I'm sorry we'll go. Please, please, don't let go. Please, please, don't let go. I said east of the river.
Describe the music of Wet Wet Wet. Well, the thing about it is there's like 4 songwriters in the band, so when we go into a studio we tend to like you know, everybody's writing, so everybody's got their own sort of input, and everybody's sort of recollection is a bit different from each other. So the way I would describe it is like a sort of potpourri of music from like the 60s to today, you know, because we all listen to quite varied stuff.
I hate music being categorised, so to describe Wet Wet Wet's music, I find it very, very difficult. Other people seem to try their hardest. The media try to pigeonhole you and put you into a bracket, whether it be soul music, pop music, or whatever. I think Wet 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 straddle it all. I don't think we fit anywhere. It's a good thing from our point of view, but I think it's bad from the media point of view, because it means, as in the 90s, what's happening is music is breaking down into different groups. It's like the American thing now. You now have an R&B chart, a soul chart. So Wet 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 don't fit anywhere. All we do is write good songs. So we sort of spend a few weeks in an R&B chart, and then next thing we do, we're doing a ballad, which is sort of AOR, and it fits within an adult thing, you know. We're always changing. So I can't describe it.
When we're gonna stop the shooting, with the bullets of deception, only, and with a smile upon your face, you go from second hand to almost blue, and we'll try to lose that eye to eye, but I said I found a far too tall. Show me one more time, oh give me one more time, God you give me temptation. Show me one more time, oh give me one more time, God you give me temptation. Listen, ooh, sing along. Show me one more time, or give me one more time. 'Cause you give me, damn dear. Listen, sing along, baby. Sing along for the love of children. Doesn't make me move until I'm so damn close. Take me back again, take me back again. That is much too easy. You got down, obey your dues and learn about this. But no, don't waste my fucking
Our songs are very much like a story, if that's how you would like to go about it, yeah. A song, for example, like Holding Back the River, for us, which was a song which was about the pros and cons of alcoholism. Something that affects us all, you know, be it a family member or, you know, a close friend. And that is, I mean, alcoholism is a socially accepted drug, and you know, so I know it's something that we can all relate to. So yeah, I mean, we like to touch on subjects such as that, and besides that, we like to talk to people in their hometown of Glasgow, and they've always got stories to tell you.
Listen to what I gotta say. Now your head's ran away, only for a day. Now the grave of dismay for me when I get paid. Oh, baby, I get paid. Listen up. Won't you wait a while? Move to the boogaloo. Sometimes people don't wanna say. Old time dancers don't die away. See that grave I've just made, it's for me when I get laid. Somebody's gotta hold back the river, yeah. And somebody like you, yeah. Somebody like you. Love and surrender. Sometimes I don't feel I can remember. Now I think it's better mention about the days when I get laid. Somebody's gotta hold back the river. Yeah. Somebody's gotta hold back the river. And now, baby, yeah.
It's important, you know, it's like a book, you know, you always need a good beginning, a middle and an end, and I think we try and do that in our lyrics, and hopefully the melodies and the actual songs will convey that as well also.
Having meanings within songs is obviously very important from a lyrical point of view, but it's dangerous to explain what the story is. The reason I say that is if you give someone the complete meaning and you make it very obvious, then it makes the song very, very shallow, I think. To have it, to generalise things makes it much more international. It means something that can affect someone in Glasgow, Scotland. If you generalise it and make it a sort of rough outline of what the story is, then someone in Holland can also pick up on it, someone in Germany or whatever, you know. So we sort of, you take a song like Angel Eyes from our first album, a lot of people believe that to be a very, I don't know, I guess a love song between a boy and a girl, when in fact it's more based on something, it's to do with sort of angel eyes within people like Gandhi or whatever, you know. It's more like Martin Luther King, people like that who have got a little bit of soul in themselves and who have tried to help people. To us, that was the angels behind their eyes, you know. That's angels on earth, like saints upon earth. But most people look at that song and think, oh, that's a lovely little love song between boy and girl.
Sick of leaving in the morning with the night you gave away. So now I'm gonna take that all that I can get. With those angel eyes, you make saints do sins all the time. Saying I'm gonna stay home. And away. Well, when I said I'd catch you when you're falling, I'd have my open right. And you who's not naive, said thought I meant my heart. People say I'm so automatic. People say I'm not so systematic. When I'm down, I'm in manual, Lord. And time on time again.
a lyrical point of view, don't feel comfortable standing on a soapbox and saying this is what the political views are. There's other people do it a lot better than what we do. We would just we like to learn about day-to-day things that we experience, and hopefully other people can touch and be in touch with them. I don't quite enjoy explaining what the lyric is about, because I think that's another side of it, where it's something for you to enjoy and for you to interpret. People have different interpretation of what the lyric is. For example, a song called Broke Away, which was us coming to grips with having success within the music business, and how the media and people start to perceive you different as being the person on the TV, as being the person on the radio, and being in the papers. And other people thought Broke Away was someone come to grips with their religion. It's open to interpretation. That's the whole joy of the lyric.
I live a perfect life. All I ever want, life's forgiven. Took away all of those chains and said they broke away, they broke away. Do you lead a better life, even when the sweet tends to bitter? Took away all of our chains and said they broke away, they broke away. Walking round out of place, knowing that you've had a taste. Walking around and out of place, knowing what you're gonna do to break down those chains. I can't tell you. Whoa, took away all of our chains and said broke away, they broke away. Got away with my ambition, only if I want it, only if I don't. Took away all of those chains and said they broke away, they broke away. Walking around out of place, and knowing that I've had a taste. Walking around and out of place, knowing what you're gonna do to break down those chains. I can't tell you. Whoa, take away all of those chains and say they broke away, they broke away.
Well, I think that's your passion, especially if you're being like I am, which is the narrator of the song. You could be singing about a love song and you've never been in love. The secret is how good a liar you are, and how good you can tell, you can spin that yarn or tell the lie, and so you have to believe in it, to convince other people. And I think that's something that I was lucky enough to achieve by working with a great man called Willie Mitchell, who lives in Memphis and was famous for the High Records, with working with people like Al Green, Carla Thomas and Ann Peebles. And we went and recorded an album there at a very young age, and it was great to be surrounded with people such as Willie Mitchell and Carla Thomas and Ann Peebles, because they have a very strange outlook towards the music. It's very much a sense of community, a warmth, a passion, an obsession, a respect. And to be led by these people and break bread with them was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, yeah, at the time we went to work with Willie Mitchell, we were very young, and it was like 4 guys from Glasgow going to Memphis in America, you know, so we were a bit like, I know, and it took us like a week or so to actually get into it. But Willie just taught us how to actually go about writing the song, how to express it and your feelings, and put an actual soul onto the record and feeling, you know, which we really didn't understand at the time. I think that was like, it's like a learning process. It's like going to high school and learning, you know.
What did we learn from Willie Mitchell? Well, you know, he taught us it wasn't, you know, he used to tell the stories about the Beatles being in the studio, you know, and he said, you know, you take them out individually and they couldn't play, you know, but put them together as a band and they made a great noise. And that's something that he taught us. It's like to value, you know, you take each one of us, and I'm not saying that we're the Beatles, you know, but I'm saying it's the same argument, you know, you take one of us out and no, we're not very good musicians, but, you know, you put us together and we make a good noise. And really, he taught us all about attitude, and, you know, it's not perfection, it's more about, you know, getting your heart onto the tape, and, you know, that's the most important. If you can, you know, make somebody laugh or cry with a song, then, you know, surely that must be the most important thing, you know, not whether you've hit the notes correctly or, you know.
You must have texted the driver, won't you take me to the station? I've been around too long. Yeah. They said I understand it, and that I don't know right from wrong, but I know there's a road that a man has to take. There's a road and it's filled with my mistakes. Ooh, baby, don't you misunderstand me. How long will it take? How long can we wait? Please tell me how long. Please tell me how long. How long will it take? How long can you wait? When we're living in a world that loves imagination. Senorita fish for the keyboard mother. Ooh, sounds of old department stores. She's singing out loud for no reason. Not a traveling man, she's been hanging around, but I know there's a road that a man has to take. There's a road that is filled with my mistakes. Ooh, baby, don't you
singers who inspire me are very much come from that stable, you know, be it Otis Redding or Wilson Pickett, you know, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, you know, the list is endless. Jonathan Butler, you know, I mean Jerry Butler, no Jonathan, who also is a very good musician. You know, get inspired by singers like Kate Bush, like Patsy Cline, people who inspire you know, and people who make the little hairs in the back of the neck stand on edge. And for you to say that you hear that in Wicked West music is a compliment. And thanks very much.
He sits alone in a crowded station and lights his cigarette. Light flickers slightly, it tells him politely, life's not at its best. She weighs him up because his love's taken lightly, and love's her own regret. Cause love's not a sin in her eyes. She keeps asking him why. She said, why are you leaving? I just can't say. Why are you leaving? And he don't know that he's gonna stay. And put a little light in her darkest day so she can see it. And put a little love in her heart on the way so she can feel it. He walks home with his pride in his pocket and pulls it out with a change. His love is something that's turning to nothing. Now isn't that strange? She holds her hands high, close to a bright sky. He's got his head in the clouds. Love's not a sin in her eyes, and she's telling him why. Why are you leaving? I just can't see. Why are you leaving? And he don't know that he's gonna stay. And put a little light in her darkest day so she can see it. And put a little love in her heart on the way so she can feel it. And put a little light in her darkest day so she can see it. And put a little love in her heart on the way so she can feel it.
It's a very good question. How do you touch people in the heart? How do you get inside their souls and inside their head? It's a difficult question. I couldn't quite pinpoint it or analyse it, but all I know is that when we're playing music live in front of an audience, everything makes sense. You yourself get excited. You know, you're off in a wee trance of yourself. It's a passion. When you watch people like Otis Redding, they're not there. They're there and they're, you know, visually, but they're off in some other tangent. They're away. They're into their stone, and whatever way you build and whatever feelings you have, hopefully you admit it to the audience, and then they get carried away with it. You know what I mean? That's how when you have an audience in the palm of your hand, you know you're onto a winner. When you've worked them into a frenzy, you have them. You know what to do with them, and they want to be given direction. They want to lose their inhibitions, and for them to see you doing it, it's like a trip. You know, it's a whole. I don't know how to analyse it. For me, it's the best drug in the world.
Every morning, a chances might not come around, but it's me calling later. A preacher man on my TV and said he's got the streets for me and parades to the letter. And Heavenly Father, tell us how it's gonna be. in your mind. Get yourself a picture, then it turns to black and white, and send it to the feature one more time. You know it takes more than love to get it on. You know it takes more than strength to carry on, to carry on. It takes more than words to get it wrong. It takes more than love to get it on, to get it on. It takes more than love to get it on, yeah. It takes more than strength to carry on, to carry on. It takes more than words to get it wrong. It takes more than love to get it on, to get it on, get it on.
Emotion is a very strong subject. The emotion of love obviously crops up within Western, sort of Western music all the time. The love we talk about isn't just boy-girl. As I've stated already, Angel Eyes is a love of your fellow man. That's what that song's more about. And I guess that's the sort of love we write about more than anything. Again, it's a deep emotional thing. It's not just superficial eye-to-eye contact. It can be, Goodnight Girl is a very personal song. It was lyrics by Marty, but I find it personal as well. I have my Goodnight Girl. I'm sure you have your Goodnight Girl, and I'm sure you out there have your Goodnight Girl. So I think love is very important, but not in a superficial way. More in a sort of deep, your heart type way. That sounds like bullshit, but it's true.
Goodnight Girl was a song that was, in fact, the last song that we wrote on the album in Switzerland. It was like the whole way it evolved. It's very much an acoustic song, and the feeling within it from the vocal point of view excited the rest of the band members to no end, including myself. It was one of these songs that sort of came about in like 5-10 minutes. You think, who are we stealing this from? Where's it coming from? Why are we getting this song? It's too easy. It was one of the most easiest, if not relaxed, songs on the album. The passion behind it, the lyric itself is, I'm not going to go into it too much, but it's very special to me. And that's one of my favourites on the album.
So clearly and see how I try. You feel me, so heal me and tell me why. And I won't tell it so, I won't tell it all. And do they have to know? Oh, about my good night, girl, love. And caught up in your wishing well, your hopes inside it. Take your love and promises and make them last. You make them last. You keep me so near you and see me so far. And hold me and send me and deep in your heart. And I won't tell it so, I won't tell it all. And do they have to know? Oh, about my good night, girl, love. And caught up in your wishing well, your hopes inside it. Take your love and promises and make them last. Why you make them last? Doesn't matter how sad it is, just doesn't
from my point of view, you know, it's a great thing to be part of Wet 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 because we have something very unique. We all grew up together, and that in itself, we all live within the same community as each other. So we do have a love for each well-being, which is very, very important. It's something that it's an issue that's very strong within Wet Wet Wet's infrastructure as a band, let alone as individual characters.
Well, for me, one of the very first song Wet 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 ever had success with was a song called Wishing I Was Lucky. Now, the song itself, again, most people think it's a sort of love song about someone travelling away, but in fact it's about unemployment. So it was actually written about a specific friend in Glasgow who was going through the hardest time ever because he had a family, children, wife, and a house, and he was made unemployed, so he had no money. And the only way he could make money to survive was to move to London, you know, to do the exodus. And so he had to travel 400 miles to make enough money to feed his kids, which were up in Glasgow. And so he wasn't seeing them, but he's the family turning over, so that's what Wishing I Was Lucky is about. It's about just counting your blessings. The fact that he was working was a good thing, but he was separated from his family at the same time. So Wishing I Was Lucky is a song which was specific about one person from Glasgow, a very dear friend of ours.
When my best friend home told me that there may be a job in the city, I was living in a world of make-believe. When my best friend home told me that there may be a job in the city, I told him that he could dream about another scheme, but I never saw it for dreams. Better than who was king of industry. He would swear I was far from minded. He would buy the best but never something new. And he never told me, thinking of the good, and wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky, wishing I was lucky. Oh, wishing I was lucky, I was wishing I was lucky. It's the only life I know. For you to make me wanna push on you, to cry, is all I ever do. To say that's how you really wanna push on you. Thinking of the good and wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky, wishing I was lucky. Oh, I gave it good. Wishing I was lucky,
Sweet Surrender is about that moment when it all happens, it all comes together in the relationship, and the feelings are flowing, and so all the juices.
Now I don't care no more. Look around now. That's all the story goes on through the night. It's only begun. It's all I do to remember that sweet surrender. And I recall that sweet surrender. Creeping across the nation, and it sure must stay for everyone, so you can't take home everyone, 'cause it's only just begun. My love is all I do to remember that sweet surrender. living without you, baby. And even when I know what's going